Good evening and thanks for joining us. Happy to be with you. You're watching the Prime Time on Dash News. Welcome back to the second segment of the Prime Time. Today we will be looking at the significance of the Bakweri Cultural Festival while revisiting the enthronement of the Buea Paramount Chief Dr. Robert Esukambela Ndele, who was on Friday crowned and officially presented to the public on Saturday. On set, I have Mrs. Edimo Sophie, who is one of the elites of the Bakweri clan, and she is also the leader of the Fako All Women in Douala. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you very much, Medina, for having me.
Okay. Well, you were present at the enthronement ceremony and official presentation of the newly crowned Paramount Chief of Buea, Chief Dr. Robert Esukambela Ndele, and his coronation comes 30 years after another coronation that was witnessed. What can we retain from the weekend's coronation ceremony?
I want to say I was not just present, I was alive. It was wonderful. It was just something that, as I was saying earlier before now, you can't actually explain. It was an occasion that brought in the whole world at large, because it was viewed all over the world, and it was something that was so significant, not only for the Bakweri people, but for the Cameroon nation and the world at large. So it was so wonderful, really. After 30 years, and after 7 years that we lost our late ruler, it was just time for us to have not just anyone, but our king, Robert Esukambela Ndele.
Okay, and we also note that in his speech he mentioned that the first priority of his reign will be to bring back the Bakweri Cultural Festival to be held annually in the 7 subdivisions of Fako Division, Southwest region of Cameroon, where the Bakweri live. We want to know how important is the cultural festival of the Bakweri.
Yes, our ruler said that would be one of his priorities. Because when we talk about bringing the Bakweri people together, it's not that we live in Buea, it's not that we live in Fako, but we are indigents, we hail from there. That's our identity, that is who we are. So it is just obvious that now that the world is at large, people are everywhere, that once in a while, we should come together, commune together, live together, work together, and see how we'll save our nation, how we'll save our community as individuals and as a community together, as people with one language, one way, just everything one, unison. That is exactly what he wants us to do. So it's unique.
Okay, I learned it is also called the Mbando. Can you tell us how it usually looks like? Have you ever taken part in one of the cultural festivals before?
Yes, I want to say I've taken part in Mbando. Mbando is a band of the Bakweri people. It's what actually unifies them. It's just like an enlarged family that you have your sisters in America, the brothers and cousins all over the world, and then one day or during a period of week, you come in together to dine together, to showcase. Because here it will not only be dancing and singing, but actually knowing our culture. How did this all start? Where did this all begin? And where are we going to? You see, Bando is actually another form of bringing us together, talking together under one leadership and heading together.
Talking about bringing together, the Paramount Chief also mentioned and promised to build the Bakweri Multipurpose Cultural Center, which will be used to showcase and sell the Bakweri culture. And Chief Dr. Esukambela Ndele comes at a time when the Buea chiefdom has lost respect given the rise of fake villages and chiefs in the chiefdom who are selling land indiscriminately, and but the chief vowed to revive Bakweri unity, as you earlier said. What can you say about that?
I want to say the Bakweri clan has not lost its respect.
Okay.
Because if we had, they wouldn't have seen what we saw these 4 days in Buea. It is just that there's a time for everything. Yes, we've made our mistakes, we've made our errors, and we don't want to say everything is fake, because in any culture, in any society, you have fake, but that doesn't cancel that there are righteous people in it. So him saying he wants to build a cultural heritage like the one he's been dreaming about. He's not the only one doing it. He has people doing it. You said when you had the other people who came to talk, they said, this is what we want to do. We don't just want to limit ourselves by dancing, by eating, by singing. We want that after we are not here, our children will come and see. They'll be able to read. They'll be able to visit. They'll be able to know that actually they come from such and such an area.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the Prime Time on Dash News. And on set, we have Mrs. Edimo Sophie, who is the leader of the FACO All Women for Douala. We move to this other question. Many are saying that the newly crowned chief needs to address the growing call for strangers to leave Buea. What is your say on that?
A terrible statement. It's totally out of place. Because in his present council, he has three or more personality, they call them kings or quartiers or whatsoever, who are not from FACO division. They are not Bakweri.
The question is this.
Yeah.
There has been this issue of strangers to leave Buea, but now many are asking the chief to address this problem because it is a huge issue. So what can you say on that?
That's exactly what I'm saying, that it is not true.
Okay.
We don't know where it came from.
But we have, if I'm permitted to cite the names of some people like Moja, who in one of his outings made mention of the graphies, that they should leave and all whatnot.
Yeah, you can say Moja. If you want to take Moja, you should look about all the other aspect also. Moja is an individual also fighting for his culture, fighting for his people to, that is his own way of doing his own thing. But the point is, where have they seen a note that is written that if a non-Bakweri person should leave? No. Are they not living there? They are there. If you watch the coronation on that day, you saw the Bamungu coming in with their juju. You saw the Bamums coming in. You saw so many other tribes that were there. And if that was the truth, they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't give them any way to assist, you know. So, as I was saying, the statement is not a true one. I don't know where it's coming from. Because if you go to Buea, you find impossible houses that have been built by people, not from FACO division. So what do you expect them to do with their houses? Would they burn them down? Would they be sold? And you will never tell me that the Bakweri man has ever attacked any non-indigent in Buea or in Limbe. No, it has never been said. So it is not a true story. Bakweri people are too accommodating. They love, they care, they give, you know. That is who they are. So it's not a true statement. And as I was saying, inside his council, you have people who are not Bakwerians.
But that can be a true statement, but maybe people do practice that in hiding. But the chief also will have to address that because he sure said he's there to bring unity among the people.
Yes, the chief cannot just go everywhere and start addressing issues which are not of no relevance. Okay? The chief just didn't get up and go, but when there's an issue, they will bring it to the council. The council will look into it. But for now, someone who is born and bred, Namondo Buea from Buea, no, from Limbe also, because my mother is from Botala and I'm from Bakweri. I have not seen. Right inside our villages, we have non-indigents and we live in peace. And that is what he said. He needs peace. But in any given area, in any community, you have people, individuals who are different. And you can't change them for who they are. But as a leader, he's focused on bringing peace, bringing unity from his family, within his family, within the clan, and within the nation as a whole.
Okay. And do you think with the enthronement of the new chief, can we say the Anglophone crisis could have some solutions?
How I wish. How I wish so much. And I think it should. Because if we can just go back, a flashback of what we've had all these days, the peace that has reigned, that is how it was before. It was really peaceful. From that Thursday that I was there, Friday, I was there, Saturday, I was there, yesterday, Sunday. There was nothing that you could look around to be afraid of. And that is what we need at the moment.
So
I would just hope
can we say that's the beginning?
It is a beginning, and it should continue. It is just a beginning, and it's going further and further. There will be peace because we've been praying and we're trusting God to do something. It is God's time.
Thank you, Mrs. Edimo. Thank you for having you on set. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's edition of Prime Time. Stay with us for more interesting stories. Coming up at 8 p.m., Adrien Nobodem for the Prime Time in French. Remember, the voice of Africa counts, and Dash News is your voice.